Hello and welcome everyone. At this time, I just want to make sure that we address some of the questions that have been coming up as we do this COL Coaches Corner Facebook Live. My name is Kalind Bakshi, and I'm a trainer, senior trainer at COL. And we've had this ongoing sessions with Dr. Roger Jahnke, who is the founder of COL. And the question has been coming up as to what is this Coach's Corner? Well, first of all, any of the institutes that we have always have to have some support mechanism. So the Coach's Corner has been designed to support people who are actually in the journey for learning the phase one part of the coaching that we have with the COL, Circle of Life. And it's very helpful to navigate during the phase one. And with Roger and some other trainers in COL, we'll be talking about that. We'll be discussing those, open questions that everyone has. And support will be available. As you know, phase one is essentially going to be, let's say, it's a self-navigated video series. And as it is, people will be reviewing videos, lessons 1 through 6 or 7. And, during that time, the support is needed. This Coach's Corner will be helpful if they attend Facebook Lives. Also, it is also for coaches who are trying to develop skill sets. And as you know from past couple of sessions that I was able to ask Roger about so many interesting areas, and with his deep insight, we were able to get into, very good understanding about how to handle the situations. Particularly last time I dealt with motivation, and it was an amazing response that he had. The one before also we dealt with teenage coaching. So there will be so many topics that we will also take up in this Coach's Corner. And we'll also have guests, our own Circular Life certified coaches who will be able to, be present on this. And by the way, anyone who's looking at this and all the CRL certified coaches, Circular Life coaches, welcome you to connect with me on Facebook, and please be with us as guests on these Coaching Corner calls. And this is really will increase the interactivity, and also generally will be helpful for everyone. Together we'll be like a team. So I invite even the coaches who are already certified and practicing to be with us on this call, or be present in Facebook Live and ask some questions and interact. That would be wonderful. One of the interesting questions that people ask me at times is, what is this corner? Why do we use the word corner? It's very interesting. And I'm going to have to share with you some of my ideas about why we call it a corner. As you know, when people get cornered, that means there are no places to turn. If I'm going to show you this, let's say there's a rink, square rink that people are boxing or fighting or wrestling, If you imagine the square ring, and I'm just showing you the two sides, these two sides are there, and within that two sides, the boxer who is cornered. Now we have a problem because he doesn't know how to turn and where to turn. Now that's one corner. And so when the clients or even anybody who is backed up in the corner, that's the expression we use, backed up in a corner, then there's no way out. But just look at from the other side. Let's say you're looking at somebody between my two hands. That's the person in the corner right here. If you're looking at now what the person on the outside is actually has bigger view of what the various possibilities are. So, coach's corner means, person is actually involved in any activities. Like in this case, I give you the example of boxing or wrestling. And in a square rink, then the corner, at that time, the coach who is actually sitting outside will say, wait a minute. He can call the person back out and say, that's called a coach's corner. So, okay, come out and let's chat. So again, corner is something that is the problem as well as solution. Problem can be there, so one realizes that there is no way to turn. But the solution is also given by the coach who is looking at it from the outside. So coach's corner that way. And then we also use the expression, as you know, turn a corner, turn a good corner. Our president used that all the time recently. And we'll turn the corner, around the corner. Now, around the corner, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, it could be either. But in a lot of ways, we can certainly say that having help with a coach, we can always turn a corner in a better way, in a good way. So coach's corner is another angle to look at. Now, one more interpretation I just want to share with you, which is very fascinating to me, at least anyway, and that is that we have, for example, circle, circle with all these sectors we have. And how can you create a corner in a circle? The only way is straight lines, right? Now, if the circle has various sectors that are coming through and dividing into 12 circles, as you know, in Circle of Life, there are 12 of them. Many other coaching circles may have less, but we have 12. Now, if you look at the center of it, the center is all sectors, like a piece of a pie. And that very center is a corner. Now, what's interesting about this corner is that if you really look at that lower part of it, this number is less. In other words, a smaller circle inside. But again, in Circle of Life, we have a self-care in the center. So this is fascinating viewpoint to look at it. Even if you are in a corner, even if you are backed out all the way down to the lower numbers in the Circle of Life, as you will probably find out when you go through this phase 1, the self-care itself can open out this corner. It is an answer to backed up in a corner. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you some interesting ideas about what Coach's Corner will do. And so I invite everybody to, take advantage of it and, be with us in a situation where, we can really help you out with, with any of the problems you have. So in that regard, I would like to say that, welcome aboard, and please come with the Coaching Corner whenever we do this. And I would, again, I invite the coaches to be with us as much as we can.